We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands, seas, skies and waterways from across Queensland. We pay our respects to elders past and present, for they hold the memories, traditions, the cultures and hopes of Aboriginal peoples and Torres Strait Islander peoples across the state.
The Australian Curriculum version 9 uses the terms First Nations Australians and Australian First Nations peoples in curriculum content. It also uses Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander histories and cultures in relation to the cross-curriculum priority. Terms such as Traditional Custodians and Elders, Aboriginal peoples, Torres Strait Islander peoples, Aboriginal histories and cultures, and Torres Strait Islander histories and cultures are used here. Many schools have community education counsellors, also known as CECs, Indigenous education workers, school leaders and other key staff who may be able to discuss the appropriate terms to be used in the school environment, such as the local terms Aboriginal people prefer and/or Torres Strait Islander people prefer.
We're on the country of the Cubby Cubby Gubby Gubby peoples of southeast Queensland. Traditional custodians, elders and community members from the Cubby Cubby Gubby Gubby Butchulla and Waka Waka countries, the Mayor and Deputy Mayor of Gympie Regional Council, regional and school leaders and other community representatives have come together for the naming of a nearby creek. For many, Uncle Jimmy, who was a respected and skilled Aboriginal horseman from Gympie's gold rush days, represents Aboriginal people who were removed and never came back to country. The transition to the Australian Curriculum version 9 provides opportunities to teach curriculum content about Aboriginal histories and cultures and/or Torres Strait Islander histories and cultures that are specific to local people and country and place, or more generalised and not specific to the local area or people where the learning is occurring. Let's look at how collaboration between traditional custodians and elders, curriculum leaders, teachers and cultural advisors led to learning in humanities and social sciences and other cultural activities in the school's calendar being localised.
I work with principals across this area, across the Bundaberg area, across the Bundaberg-Maryborough region. And my work is around building their understanding and enabling opportunities for them to connect with local elders, to talk about the importance of building understanding for the children in their school and providing opportunities through the curriculum that principals are leading that work.
The principal of One Mole State School, Louise Parry, reached out to me and they were wanting to embark on Crossing Cultures intelligence training. They had done a bit of a scan and assess in their school community in relation to, their cultural capability, both personally and professionally. And after speaking with Louise, I felt that they were ready for Crossing Cultures intelligence.
Here at One Mile State School, I invited Auntie Lillian to the school at the beginning of the school year to do a formal traditional welcome to country. And it was so special to be a part of that day for the children and for the teachers, and it really ignited a passion amongst those teachers that were here at the school and also the kids to begin to take those steps forwards, to make those connections in curriculum and also in our community and their relationships in building those important future pathways.
So in our planning days that we often have, we'll work with the teachers around the types of responses they can have in class, around activities, cultural awareness, around the support of the local people, in helping provide more context for our school and the students in our school around cultures.
We've worked together to create an acknowledgement of country, a class acknowledgement of country, what we thought was special to them, to this place. We looked at different images of the land, so the land, the sea, the ocean. We talked about how they thought the place was special to the First Nations Australians before white settlement. So when the kids engage with Auntie Lillian, it's such a more rich and powerful experience because it's coming from a First Nation elder of our local area, and the kids engage with her in conversation, and it just it comes from a real place of connection and shows that real meaning. And I guess that links back to what we've been talking about and how places are special to different people. And a place to Auntie Lillian might be different for a place, for example, for a student in my class.
And I'm very pleased that the kids today were all asking me these questions. I thought it was really good, and I just found them to be wanting that. And you can see that they were wanting something a bit more.
And one of the things that we introduced on Reconciliation Week was that each of the children at our school received an ochre painting on a part of their body. And that for us symbolised that connection to country. But before we did that, we felt that it was really important that we seek Auntie Lillian's and local elders' support.
So the students have embraced this amazingly. They've taken it on as an exciting adventure, an extra thing that they can know about, learn about and find out about.
The updated curriculum gives schools opportunities to use local contexts to teach humanities and social sciences content descriptions. Schools have opportunities to make connections between humanities and social sciences content and the cross-curriculum priority of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander histories and cultures. The department's Curriculum Gateway provides resources and advice to support schools transitioning to the updated curriculum. The Dandiri Schools and Community Library lends culturally appropriate resources. On its website, advice on selecting and evaluating resources can be accessed. This segment highlights how the updated humanities and social sciences curriculum and collaboration between traditional custodians and elders, curriculum leaders and cultural advisors gives schools opportunities to use local contexts to deepen understanding of country and place and the shared history of the community. Familiarise now with how the updated humanities and social sciences curriculum develops student understanding of Aboriginal histories and cultures and Torres Strait Islander histories and cultures.